What's going on, guys? This is Barker, back with another NBA video talking about the NBA, and today I'm talking about if the Boston Celtics can win an NBA championship this season. Now, we all know about the viral tattoo some NBA fan stupidly got on their arm before the playoffs even started, and then literally right after that tattoo went viral of him getting World Champs 2022 tattooed on his arm, Robert Williams is most likely going to miss the rest of the season, which is a vital part of this Boston Celtics team. So we kind of cursed the team, and they fell from the first seed to the fourth seed. But still, they're like 1-2 games away from being the first seed. They can still easily end up as the first seed. And honestly, even with the injury of Robert Williams, I can still see them coming out of the East, because that's how good they've looked. You know, there were a lot of questions near the trade deadline. They were like the 11th seed near the middle of the season. They looked really bad. You know, there was in question, is Ime Udoka the Boston Celtics head coach? Is he good enough to coach this team? Should he be fired? Is Brad Stevens a good enough general manager, since he was the new GM this season? And then there were questions of, is the combo of Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum good enough to win a championship? And there were a lot of trade rumors before the trade deadline that Jaylen Brown might get moved to try to get a superstar piece next to Jayson Tatum. Obviously, looking back on it, it's really good they didn't end up trading Jaylen Brown, because Jaylen Brown's playing like an all-star right now. Jayson Tatum's playing like an all-NBA player, and their defense has stepped up insanely. They made some nice moves during the trade deadline, acquiring Derek White for Josh Richardson and Romeo Langford, and they traded away Dennis Schroeder for Daniel Tice. Both those guys have been amazing for the team, and with the injury to Robert Williams, it's amazing that they got a guy like Daniel Tice who can easily step in and start for this team. Because if you don't know Daniel Tice, he used to start for the Boston Celtics, I literally think like last season. And then he signed a big contract on the Rockets, and then the Boston Celtics just got him right back. Brad Stevens knew Daniel Tice was a good center, and he just instantly traded for him first chance he got. This Boston Celtics team, ever since Marcus Smart has kind of got into the young players' ears and say they need to make more and play more team basketball, they have completely stepped it up. Especially on defense. Defense is their major selling point, and if Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown can keep playing to the star level that they're playing at, sky's the limit for this team. The problem is the East is stacked this year. The East is, in my opinion, stronger than the West if you really look at it. You know it's stacked when a team with Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Andre Drummond, Seth Curry, and Ben Simmons is at the bottom of the East playoffs. That's how you know it's stacked. And there's like 4 or 5 teams that basically have the same record who can end up with the first seed in the East before the season ends. You got guys like the Miami Heat, who have an insane defensive team. Tyler Hero's playing amazing. Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo. We know Eric Spoelstra as a coach. You got the new 76ers duo with James Harden, Joel Embiid. And then you got the past champions, Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday. That's not to mention the Cleveland Cavaliers. Even though with all their injuries, they have a 7-foot monster lineup with new all-star Darius Garland leading the front. The East looks stacked this season, and it's going to be interesting to see how good this Boston Celtics team can be, because they've completely exceeded expectations past the trade deadline, and they look like actual contenders. Now, the real question is, how good can this team be without Robert Williams? Because he was a major defensive monster for them, while I can talk, and he was very versatile on offense, where he could be a lob threat, he was great at playmaking, and could set amazing screens. Daniel Tice and Al Horford are going to have to step up if they want this team to be good. And it's going to be interesting to see the storyline of, can Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown lead this team to a championship? Because in past seasons, they had superstars next to them to kind of push them over the edge. You know, they had Kyrie and Gordon Hayward. Then they had Kemba and Gordon Hayward before Kemba's career fell off a cliff. And now they just have, Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown now having to be the main superstars. They don't have those other superstar options next to them. They just have nice pieces who are kind of just fit well with the team. Brad Stevens has done an amazing job. Ime Udoka has proved he can be a great coach for this team. I'm excited to see what this team can do in the playoffs, and I really think they can be championship contenders, and I think they potentially can make it out of the East. Now, there's teams that I think have a better chance of making it out of the East, because in my opinion, I can't count out the past championship team, Milwaukee Bucks. I can't count out the Miami Heat. There's a lot of great teams in the East this season. But if the cards play right, I think the Boston Celtics have a good chance of making it out of the East. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you think is going to make it out of the East this season? And are the Boston Celtics one of those teams? Let me know in the comments. Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. I make NBA videos all the time, and I'm not stopping anytime soon. Road to 400. Peace.